Welcome back, trainers. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Master League Classic. So this is going to be a little bit more relatable to most of you here because, even to me, because it was getting a little ridiculous with all these level 50s. So this one is just going to be flat out 40 or less if that's what you so choose to do. And it's just going to be a little bit more of an even playing ground here. The reason why I like the Master League is because the meta is pretty condensed between just, several different Pokemon here, and it's fun that way. Personally, I think so. Once in a while, not all the time, obviously. Shadow Metagross, we purchased that secondary move. We had it maxed out already, and this is the reason why we haven't powered it up beyond 40. You can do one extra little power up with the XL, I do believe, but you can't go beyond that. Otherwise, you can't bring it into the Classic. Metagross, Shadow, hits like a truck. This thing is just insane. And you may want to have one ready to go because, well, I don't know. Altaria is going to be taking quite a bit of damage from that Metagross, and it's going to be literally the best counter to go up against Mega Altaria this community day. And Shadow Mewtwo is going to have Focus Blast, and of course we Elite TM'd it with Psy Strike. Now, why don't I have Shadow Ball? That is probably the move you're going to want to go with, Psy Strike and Shadow Ball on your Mewtwo if you're using it in the Go Battle League. The reason why we don't is because it's not that I don't want to use an Elite Charge TM. I have no problem at all. We have plenty of those. It would be worth my investment, but I want my Mewtwo Shadow and my top other Mewtwo's to be versatile. I want them to have the ability to TM away one of their moves so we can get something like an Ice Beam or a Thunderbolt or Flamethrower, whatever the move is, and we can change it up for raids. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck with those, and, well, we can't use these potential really good counters to go up against some of these raids. That's why I don't have Shadow Ball. With that said, let's get into the commentary here. And of course, Giratina in the lead for the entire video here. So we're going up against this Melmetal, able to get to another Psy Strike. This is going to hurt even things that resist Psychic moves because a Psy Strike coming from Shadow Mewtwo is just disgusting. And a Focus Blast is self-explanatory. So we're going to be going in with our Metagross. They're swapping into an Excadrill, in which we're going to go ahead and bring in our pretty healthy, well, our extremely healthy Giratina here. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Ominous Wind. Seeing that Excadrill is pretty squishy, we don't necessarily need to go for a Shadow Ball. And we're getting a shield, so that's perfect. Definitely think it's time to shield up the Giratina here. Mewtwo is going to be able to dish out a lot of damage with Psy Strike. Focus Blast obviously will one-shot it. But that Excadrill is very spammy, so we're going to go ahead and just preserve the Giratina right now and do that again. We're able to get to the Ominous Wind. Don't think this is going to quite KO, and I do believe we may swap. Oh, they do. Okay, there it is. And when we instantly go into our Metagross to absorb the Dragon Claw, not very effective. And of course, you got to remember that the Shadow Pokemon are taking more damage, and that's why this Metagross is, taking more damage here. And it's also not going to be like a 100% IV or anything like that. It's definitely got good IVs, and that's why we powered it up. Taking the win there. On to the next battle, 100% commentary. Let's go. Met with the Melmetal. Perfect. They're swapping into a Dragonite, in which we're going to go ahead and bring in that Metagross. Looking good. Able to get to that Meteor Mash. Expecting them to shield this up here. And there it is. And I don't know if I shield this one up. Don't think that's quite a hurt. Yeah, that's definitely not a Hurricane or a Draco. So we kind of wasted a shield there. Even though we're Shadow, we can easily take a Dragon Claw, no problem, with this Metagross here at level 40. Shadow. And they are shielding. They're two-shielding this. So that sounds good to me. We're going to go ahead and let this Dragon Claw go through. They're going to get to another one. That's fine. It's not going to quite KO. They're going to be able to farm us down. Or they're swapping and locking. Okay, that sounds perfect to me. And they're shieldless. We're going to go ahead and bring back our Giratina, which had energy ready to go. Getting to that Shadow Ball. Not quite KOing, but going to be able to bring it down pretty low. Do we shield up ourselves? Yes, we do. Shielding up a Shadow Ball correctly. Can we farm it down? Fantastic. We do. Beautiful. So shields down, and we have the Shadow Mewtwo back here. Let's have a little fun. What are they going to bring into battle? It's going to be the Melmetal. So throw the Shadow Ball and stay. There's no need to swap into Mewtwo yet. This Rock Slide's not going to KO. I think they may be forced to throw another one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Easy. So they're swapping, though, into their Dragonite. We're farming down with Psycho Cut, and it's a GG at this point here. I do believe we were going for that Focus Blast. As you can see, we're vigorously trying to tap on it as we were almost approaching the energy. But I decided to just go ahead and go for Psy Strike. I didn't think they had enough energy, but I was like, I thought that would KO, but it didn't quite. So I'm going to go for another one here. A little unnecessary to go for these twos, just build up to that Focus Blast. But hey, Still getting the job done and taking the win up against that Melmetal. Fantastic. If you do enjoy these videos, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, turn notifications on, and I'll be keeping you up to date. I know I've been bringing you a lot of battles. We'll get back into the news soon. It's just, man, oh man, there was a lot of stuff, and it's kind of, I don't want to say it's settling down, but we'll get into it soon. So Giratina versus Giratina, we're getting the boost on the Ominous Wind. This is great. We're shielding up their Ominous Wind. We could have taken that, but we didn't want to risk them potentially going for a Shadow Ball here. Going for another Ominous, getting their second shield. So I think we are going to actually go shield for shield. They're going for a Shadow Ball. We're shielding it up correctly. This is great. They're swapping into their Melmetal. We're not going to go anywhere because we're boosted. Going to be taking resisted damage from the Thunder Shock, which is really not doing much. And that Rock Slide just tickles us now that we got the boost. So we're going to go ahead and just stay here, throwing that Shadow Ball. And now we're going to go ahead and swap. I was thinking that I may be able to farm down. Unfortunately, we're going to take a Superpower here, but we're going to be loaded up on energy. So it's definitely doing a lot more damage as a Shadow here when it comes to the Superpower up against the Shadow Metagross. They're bringing in, what was that? What was that? I didn't quite catch that. It is a, oh yeah, big damage. Looking good here. They're building up energy on their Mewtwo and then retreating into Giratina, but we're able to get to the Meteor Mash here. And I think we actually, yeah, we're going to be able to, they'll take us out here. We'll simply go in with the Giratina, and they're not even going to see our Mewtwo, winning it with a Shadow Claw. Alrighty, on to our next opponent. We got quite a lengthy video for you today. Decided to just go ahead and do all my sets in the Master League Classic. So we're met with a Dragonite, not a great lead for a Giratina, so we're going to go ahead and swap into our Mewtwo, building up energy quite fast, and they're bringing in their Giratina to do super effective damage to us, letting the Side Strike go through. There's so many situations where a Shadow Ball would be so much more ideal to have than Focus Blast, but like I said, I don't want to be stuck with two moves that I Elite TM'd, because we could take them off, but what would be the point on that? That'd be a big waste, right? I just need to make a Mewtwo already and just have it for PvP. Anyways, we're getting both of the shields out of them. And we're going to go ahead and go down here from the Ominous Wind. And since they use both shields, this is really good. So they're swapping into their Dragonite as we do bring in our Giratina. And we're going to bring in our Melmetal here. And as much as I would like to farm down, that's not happening. They're going to really start to dig into us here, so we got to kind of make sure we preserve that Melmetal, or Metagross to some degree. So building up a little bit of extra energy, seeing that we're resisting the Dragon Breath, might as well take advantage of that energy gain there. Bringing in their Giratina, and we're going to be able to Bullet Punch down, unfortunately going down with energy. They have a Togekiss in the back. No wonder they were trying to take that thing out. And I screw up big time here, folks. Check it out. I'm trying to get the Shadow Ball. Why? I could have went Ominous Wind and won that, I think. So, yeah, good game, though. We all make mistakes. Next battle, we're met with a Groudon. All right, so this is actually great for us. Earthquake, it's going to do damage, right? It's going to be doing some nice, decent damage to us. But it's not too threatening, and Fire Punch is not very effective to our Dragon typing here. And we're calling it Fire Punch. Very nice. Now, at this range, no, Earthquake won't KO, but it's still going to do decent damage. So we're going to go ahead and shield, calling it correctly. They've used a shield themselves, and now we're going to go ahead and throw a Shadow Ball here. They're using two shields on their Groudon. I wonder what's in the back. Maybe something that's weak to us. Maybe a Metagross, maybe a Mewtwo, maybe like us. All right, so we're going to let that go through. We did have energy, but it is what it is. And we have a shield, so they're swapping instantly as we do bring in our Mewtwo here. We're going to let this first Rock Slide go through, seeing that we're going to be able to take it no problem. And the Thunder Shocks are easy money. It's not really doing much. Building up to a Focus Blast for the first time for this video, taking them out in one shot. In comes their own Mewtwo. We're going to instantly swap into our Metagross here. Otherwise, we're going to be in some trouble because Side Strike's not very effective to Mewtwo. And I knew it, they had a Shadow Ball. So building up to the Meteor Mash and using our last shield, going to be able to take out this Mewtwo. In comes the Groudon, and how's this? They just back out. Yep, pretty much. Good game, and thank you for the win. Moving on to our next opponent. I shouldn't say thank you for the win. I should say thank you for the good battle. All right, so we're met with a Melmetal with our Giratina. This is absolutely amazing. Beautiful. So they're retreating with energy on that Melmetal and swapping into Snorlax. Now, you may have noticed something that I haven't talked about, and that's going to be the fact that this entire team is going to get destroyed by Snorlax, right? Because of Lick. It's going to be super effective to all of our Pokemon. And having the Shadow Metagross as well as the Shadow Mewtwo being kind of squishy and weak to it, yeah, this is going to do a lot of damage. And then Giratina is just going to get flat out walled because we do not have Dragon Pulse. So yeah, there is a workaround. and it's basically take it out at all costs by using 2 shields. So we did. We didn't have to use 2 shields, but we got it out of there. Fantastic. Bringing in that Melmetal. We went for Focus or Scythe Strike because we're going to be able to get to another one, and they could have potentially shielded it. As we discussed, Scythe Strike is simply that strong on Shadow Mewtwo. It's just strong in general. So it worked out nice. They have no shields, letting that Rock Slide go through and going for the Ominous Wind. Don't believe this will KO, but it'll bring it pretty low. And they're going to be going for another Rock Slide. These are going to start adding up here, but we absolutely do not need to shield. It's not really threatening us. Swapping into a Dragonite Shadow, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Metagross. Shadow versus Shadow. Let's get it, folks. So I think we actually shield this up. It's an Outrage. So that was the make or break call right there. If we would have gotten hit by that, I think we would have lost this game for sure. Because yes, it is going to be resisted by the Metagross, but it's Outrage from a Shadow Dragonite, and we're Shadow, so it would have done a lot. But anyways, we're going to be bringing in our Giratina and going for the Ominous Wind here. Taking them out, and in comes their Melmetal, and we Shadow Claw them down. Awesome. What are we going to see for the next lead, folks? And it is going to be a Groudon. Love it. Let's go. So they are going to stay here for now, looks like. Okay. We're going to just, I think, go just Shadow Ball. Yeah, let's just do that. And we're getting it through. Great. That is just great. So at this point, Ominous Wind, obviously. We're going to let this Earthquake go through. As you can see, like we discussed as well, we don't really need to worry about it. It's going to hurt us, but Mud Shots are really not doing too much. And we're going to be going for the Ominous Wind on the Dialga. Am I getting the name? Oh, getting those names right. And bringing in the Melmetal here. We're going for Meteor Mash, and we're getting a shield. I figured as much. Meteor Mash is also going to be doing a lot from the Shadow Metagross to the Dialga, even though it's resisted because it's just so stinking strong, folks. It is what it is. What do I do here? Do I use another shield? I think I just made my own loss happen right there by double shielding the Metagross. So we're going to be able to take it down. They're still holding on to a shield. Fire Punch. Yep. And they'll be able to take out the Metagross. We're going to come back in here with our Giratina. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to farm down. Our Mewtwo is going to be able to get some farm, though, but they still have a shield, so we're in some trouble, and it's a Melmetal. No, we can't win this one, unfortunately. So the best plan to, try to take a win, I suppose, is keep building up here and go for the Scythe Strike. If we get a shield, then Focus Blast and pray we can get to another Scythe Strike on the Groudon. But nah, that's definitely not happening. But I just thought I'd entertain the idea. And we survived it. We just throw this for the heck of it. I'm like, I'm going to take out your Melmetal. All right, so good game. I definitely lost that one there. On to our next opponent, folks. And what are we going to be seeing in the lead? It's going to be a Giratina other form. Oh, let's see how this works out. We're actually going to be able to be in a more comfortable position in this specific matchup here. So, sounds good. Especially if you're getting the Shadow Ball through. Oh yeah, it's GG's now. So we're going to go ahead and let that Dragon Claw go through. Do believe we will be shielding up this one though. And do we try to go for the farm down? Yeah, and we were able to do it. They still have 2 shields though, so we need to look out. Bringing in a Dragonite, and this is great. We have the Metagross, so you know what it is. Certainly not swapping. We're going to easily let them farm us down. Because if we swap, we're going to get countered. So let your Pokemon go down and bring it in, and now they're going to probably swap as soon as they get off this Draco. Yep, into a Metagross. And this is not looking too hot here, folks. But I think we can still pull it off if we get a shield. Oh, yes. Let's get it. All right. They still have another shield, though, so we're not in the clear. I don't know why I'm getting so excited. Going for the Meteor Mash. Going to go for the Focus Blast. Probably going to get a shield out of them. Oh, man, that stings a little bit, unfortunately. But you want to see something crazy? All right, I'll show you. Let's see how this is going to all work out, folks. All right. In comes my Metagross. They bring in their Dragonite. We farm it down, and we're able to get to the Earthquake and take out their Metagross. That was a stinking close battle. Good stuff. Let's go. Love those. All right, so we're going to do a little story time here. We're going to stop the commentary for a bit because I know you all like this. Plus, this is a very crazy situation. So, my best friend came into town last night. He came over, bring his truck, and we were going to take a Lyft to a bar. I don't really like going out and doing that stuff. It's really not my scene anymore. I like to just work, play Pokemon Go, hang out with Athena, or just stay home or whatever the heck I need to do, or go for walks in the woods. But the whole bar scene is not my thing. But, you know, he's in town. We're going to go have a little fun. So all was good. Long story short, we leave. I call the Lyft, and he picks us up. We're at a light at Diamond, by Diamond Center, if you know where that is. And basically, the light turns green, and I'm thinking, okay, he's not going. That's fine. I'm not like, it's not like a cab where, you know, the longer you're in it, the more it's going to be, so it doesn't really matter. But I started thinking, well, why isn't he going? About 2 seconds in, 3 seconds in, it's green. Little did I know, our driver is a pro. He is, I couldn't thank this man enough. He literally saved my life, his own life, and potentially my friend as well. So what happened was the light was green, he's not going, and all of a sudden, two or 3 seconds later, an SUV passes, going, had to be like 70 miles an hour. We're talking crazy fast. Maybe they were drunk because it was later, you know, we had left the bar. We didn't stay there till like 3 or nothing. But it was like midnight or something, so maybe some idiots, who knows. So one SUV passes 70 miles per hour, around that. And then a few seconds later, another one. So if we did go, we would have gotten hit, and then the second one would have came. And if the first one didn't kill me, or the driver, then the next one would have, the SUV going just as fast as the other guy. They're probably racing like stupid morons. And that's so dangerous because running a red light, you know, sure, we all do it once in a while. If it turns yellow, you just made it and it was just red. But to wait 3 to 4 seconds while going that fast, that's literally death. I couldn't believe it. There was a cop there who would have, obviously they would have gotten pulled over and gotten a massive ticket. But I couldn't believe it. I'm still thinking about it. Like, it's just insane. I gave him this biggest tip I could give him. Honestly, felt like handing him a couple of $100. Like, dude, you are on your stuff. You just saved our lives. All right, so back to the commentary. What you're seeing here, why they're still, is because they just force closed their app. They got spanked and, you know, they force closed it. They just didn't like the loss. That's fine if you want to do that. I don't care. Makes it easier for me to take the win. Less exciting on the battle, I guess. Anyways, met with a Groudon. They're switching into Dialga, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Metagross here. We still need to look out. We're resisting Dragon Breath, but it's really eating away. Thunder would have went right through us, so good call on that shield. Iron Head is resisted, but it is going to start really adding up. Going for Earthquake, they're letting it go through. That sounds great to me. Bringing back Groudon, I mean, I don't think it was necessarily them making the call whether we're going to go for Earthquake or not. They're just going to come back Groudon and save the shield, and they're looking good. And we're going to bring in our Giratina. They'll probably go for an Earthquake and swap. I'm going to assume that's what they're going to do. Maybe try to bait us, but I don't think a bait's really too good at this point. But you never know. Let's see what they do. We're going to easily let this go through. An Earthquake. Okay, fine enough. And they have a Zekrom back there. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Mewtwo. Since we're going to be able to spam the Psy Strike so fast, we'll easily outpace them. Dragon Breath is starting to eat away at us. But they're shieldless, and a Psy Strike is not going to quite KO, but a few more Psycho Cuts will do it. And actually, that's just perfect, because, well, we're going to be loaded up on energy, and then we'll just simply Psy Strike the Groudon. So 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. We just need 2 more. 1, 2, and another Psy Strike coming right at them. Mewtwo Shadow is an absolute beast. Now, if you have a regular Mewtwo, that works not all the same, but it works is pretty good as well, right? And a little tip, don't ever purify your Shadow Mewtwo, folks. Okay, don't do that. You don't do that. Even if it's going to be a 100%, when you purify it, more than likely it would, because it's from GoFest, the GoFest one, right? Still don't do it, okay? Your Shadow Mewtwo is still going to be better than a 100% IV Mewtwo, okay? Let that sink in. So we took out their Dialga here, and they're bringing back their Groudon. We're going to go ahead and let this Earthquake go through and take us out. Bring back the Giratina, easy money here. Since we did get some damage into that Giratina, we're looking great. Let this go through. It is a Fire Punch bait. Now we're in range of getting KO'd by Earthquake. So I think we're going to have to shield up our Giratina. And that's great. Do believe we're going to throw Shadow Ball. I wanted to throw Ominous Wind, but that works as well. Ominous Wind went into KO'd. And they have a Mewtwo back there. I do believe this battle is one where I severely mess up, maybe? All right, so no, this is not the one. Okay, so we swap into ours here, expecting, oh, no, this is the one. Okay, so Shadow Ball. We should have just stayed Giratina and kept putting on the pressure. So they go for Shadow Ball. We let them build up too much energy, though, so that's the thing about Mewtwo with Psycho Cut, and its hard-hitting moves. It's just so disgusting, and the game is even trying to help me. It's like, we're helping you, buddy. We gave you the boost. Come on, man, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. Psystrike, I was thinking we may survive it at that range, but they went for a Shadow Ball, so yeah, easily going to take us out. Good game. Nice. On to the next one. We're met with a Dragonite lead, so we're starting to get some bad leads here. Nice. Swapping into our Mewtwo, because if we go with the Metagross, it's a hard counter. They'll bring in something to get us. Probably more than likely I wouldn't say Giratina, because that's 2 dragons on a team, but we've seen it before. They're going for a Dragon Claw, using a shield on our Psystrike, getting to another Psystrike, and they're going to be catching it with their Melmetal. Now this, nice catch, I must say, but we're still doing damage. Pretty good damage, so it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and just go for another one here. Not going to try to go for Focus Blast, because at this point, they're in range of Farm Down, and that means nice energy gain for the next Pokemon we have to go up against. So we have 2 full left, 2 full healthy Pokemon. We're going to go ahead and bring in Giratina and farm it down. Let this Rock Slide go through, no problem. May get to another one. Nope. Okay, beautiful. I was not counting. And we're going to go ahead and just throw the Shadow Ball onto that Dragonite. We're getting the last shield. Now we can go ahead and swap into our Metagross, because they're shieldless. Meteor Mash, Shadow, and Earthquake. I can't really, you got Ho-Oh. You got Ho-Oh, but we'll just go for Earthquake. So they're bringing in a Groudon. We're loaded up on energy, and at this point, it's really not looking too good for them. Fire Punch won't KO. All right, I think they can farm us, though. All right, they stop attacking. All right, they could have farmed us down, but then we would have went in with Giratina and farmed, and then Shadow Ball, take the win? I don't know, but it's weird. You never know what's going on here. Sometimes I feel like people just stop attacking because they know they've lost. Either they close the app out, or maybe they're just letting you take them out. And I even think some people will just stop attacking, maybe to act like their connection is bad. Like, well, that's the reason why I lost. But I don't think that's what he did. All right, just clearing that up. Anyways, we're up against the Dialga here. We got that shield, and now we're going to go ahead and go for Focus Blast. They are going to double shield the Dialga, and that sounds good to me. Okay, it still has a lot of health. We have a shield left, and a Metagross and a Giratina. We're looking good. Going to go ahead and bring in the Metagross here. Meteor Mash will do a lot of damage, as well as Thunder. So we're going to go ahead and shield it up. They're swapping into a Mewtwo, in which we're going to go ahead and bring in our, Giratina and do the Giratina thing. Shadow Ball. Yeah, that's going to do a lot of damage, but it's not going to KO. Absolutely not. Now I kind of mess up here. I go for Ominous Wind. Well, at least I thought I messed up. I guess Ominous Wind was going to be good enough. We're going to actually be able to farm it down. Fantastic. And we do have, nope, unfortunately not able to get out that Ominous Wind, but we are going to bring in our Metagross here, go for Earthquake. I thought they would try to catch it, but it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. Then they bring in a Togekiss. Okay, so this is a GG's. Yeah, simply going to get to the Meteor Mash. So they back out, we take the win, looking good. This team's been doing pretty solid for us. Bad leads, good leads. Yeah, we're looking good. So this is absolutely a bad lead for us, so we're going to go ahead and swap into Mewtwo. It's not, counter here, but Focus Blast is something they need to consider if they want to survive, right? Because it will one-shot them, no problem. So we're building up quite a bit here. Going for the Psystrike, hoping we get a shield. All right, beautiful. And we're going to be able to get to another Focus Blast. That's just the way it goes in the Master League Classic with your Shadow Mewtwo's. You're going to be able to get to another. That's granted you don't have like a 0 defense or something and stamina too. All right, so we're able to get both shields. This is good. Now we can go ahead and go in here with Metagross. Granted, it is going to cost us a shield as well. We're going to be shieldless, but we're going to be able to kind of dictate what we want to have happen here, I suppose. So they're going for Iron Head, baiting us. Nice, I guess. Building up to an Earthquake. Taking them out. What you got back there for us? What do you have? We're going to be able to get to a Meteor Mash. Oh, it's a Melmetal. So we have to catch a Focus or a Superpower, which we did. Look at that. Beautiful catch. So they have lowered their attack. They're not swapping, so there's something. Oh, it's a Dragonite. So they built up a little bit more energy. I see what they're doing there. Very nice. So they have a... why do I keep wanting to call it Focus Blast? A Superpower on the Melmetal. And we're taking super effective damage from the Dragon Breath as well as Dragon Claw here while we're doing neutral with our Ghost moves. Bringing it down pretty low. And I wanted to farm this thing down. or I really wanted to get off the charge move, but we have to farm it down. And the Melmetal is going to be getting taken out by the Earthquake. Definitely would have gotten removed from battle from a superpower easily at that range. No problem. But we're going to be able to get that Earthquake. Anyways, on to the next battle. We're met with a Melmetal. Let's get it. We got 2 more battles. They're swapping into Dialga. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our Metagross. You already know what it is. Getting to the Earthquake here. More than likely, they're going to shield it up. And that's perfectly fine. We're just going to go ahead and I do believe shield up right back. An Iron Head. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. Kind of. Seeing that we're Shadow, more damage. Dragon Breath's adding up, so I think it's still okay. We will let this one go through. Yeah, we're definitely not going to make the same mistake as we did by shielding it up twice before. Going to the Earthquake again. Are they going to shield it? Yes, they do, man. They want to keep that thing alive. Okay, that sounds good to me. So what's the plan? It's kind of a little tricky situation here. So we're going to just bring in our Giratina and take control. But that's the video, folks. If you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, turn notifications on, and I'll be catching you all in the next one. Take care.